What's going on, guys? My name's Citizen of Nuketown, and I'm bringing you another kind of 3-ace commentary. Actually, I don't think I did a 3-ace commentary. I've done 3 aces, but put music on it. But these are just 3 aces, back to back to back, front to side, to whatever direction you want it to be. And I'm just going to talk about some childhood stories that I thought would be funny for this one. And first one is how I had, like, orange boogers one time. And you know it's a childhood story when you talk about boogers. But I was at my aunt and uncle's kind of cottage that they had at the time. And they had a kind of candy store on this lake. And everyone wants to go to Candy Island, right? Like you're like 8 years old. You hear about Candy Island. There's candy for a penny that you've been saving up your pennies to go to the candy store and get candy for yourself, and you're like, oh, I'm so excited. And I got a bunch of things. I think I got like a bunch of sour candies and Skittles, but Skittles were the thing that killed it, because Skittles, you know how they have that color, like the red kind of, I don't know, they have the pigment on the outside. And when it mixes with like your saliva and like mucus and all those sort of fluids in your body, it kind of changes the color of it overall. So I had a bunch of different orange and I think green Skittles, and my aunts and uncle started making me laugh, and like uncontrollably. And I sneezed out like orange like boogers and like snot, and it was lovely and fantastic. I don't know. I thought it was funny, because like I was dying laughing, and there was like this green and like yellow crap coming out of my nose, and it was lovely. Another story, kind of from my childhood, kind of more towards the middle part of high school, is the story of steak pants. And it's not an actual pair of pants that's made of steak, though that would be so awesome. But sadly, the cow was not built for that amount of steak pantiness. But basically, it was really tense that night for whatever reason. I don't know if my parents were having a fight or something. I don't pay attention to that for whatever reason, because I'm hyperactive sometimes, and especially when I was younger. And I don't know. We were having a steak dinner. Just not like really good steaks, like kind of the shitty Walmart steaks that you can get from the grocery store. But we were having some of those, and I don't like the gristle on the outside at all, and it kind of like surrounds the entire steak. So I ended up just like cutting out all the good meat in the middle and leaving just the outside gristle. And it ended up looking like a pair of pants. So everyone was just like kind of frowning and whatever. And then I'm just like, I have like these steak pants. I'm like, what should I do with this? And like I started making them dance, because I'm weird like that. It's like da da da, steak pants, steak pants, steak pants, steak pants, do 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 do. But that was kind of funny. There's that. And I had another story that I thought of, but I don't really remember what it was. Yeah, so another kind of funny story as a child, when I was kind of younger, learning to ride a bike. Like, I was so excited learning how to ride a bike, and, you know, kind of getting that first step of independence where your parents let you go places, you go a little bit fast, make left turns like NASCAR, and, you know, have a little bit more freedom than usual when you have a bike, compared to having your parents have to bring you everywhere. But I was learning to ride my bike, and my parents just kind of let me ride around in the grassy backyard so they could keep an eye on me and where I was. And so if I fell or anything like that, it would be kind of softer than the concrete. And I was riding my bike for a good couple hours, and then I was absolutely exhausted from that. So I fell asleep on my bike. It had training wheels and whatever, so it was all good. And I fell asleep there for like 3 or 4 hours, and my parents wondered where I was, and they saw me on the bike, and they laughed to themselves. And they just kind of threw a blanket on me. But I hope you kind of like this weird commentary where I tell some childhood stories and things about myself. But this is coming up to the end of the commentary. Like, favorite, subscribe if you do those sorts of things. But if you don't, I love you. And I'll see you next time. Peace.